Today's episode of Game Geeks is sponsored by DriveThruRPG.com. Hey folks, welcome back to Game Geeks. I'm your host, Kurt Wiegel. Today's episode is a DriveThruRPG.com sponsored product, Compacts and Conspiracies, which is a supplement for the Hunter the Vigil role-playing game. As this is a DriveThruRPG.com sponsored product, for a limited time after the initial airing of this episode, you can use the coupon code seen below to download this for a discount off of the DriveThruRPG website. What this book does, and it does really well, is it gives you individual chapters that expands on each of the compacts and conspiracies as listed in the Hunter the Vigil role-playing game. So, we're going to go ahead and talk about these. I'm going to actually focus on one in particular just so you can get an idea on how each chapter works. So, we're going to talk about Task Force Valkyrie, which is, again, the American government's military response to ENEs, or the supernatural, as they ENEs as they like to call them, supernatural as we laymen would call them. It gives you the perspective of each one of these organizations, sort of how they work against the bad guys. In this particular one, it talks about the SWAT team versus the suits. So this could be your Men in Black, as well as your military team. It talks about the way how they get money, how they get their funding, and how they operate within the auspices of the U.S. government. So you do have people above you that you have to answer to. It talks about the individual projects or the subgroups that are part of the overarching theme of the Task Force Valkyrie, sort of like Project Adamansky. That is the misdirection, the Men in Black, these aren't the droids you're looking for sorts of people. Also, you have a lot of information on the Advanced Armory, which is sort of the tools that they have in particular that they can bring to bear against the bad guys of the night. Each one of the principal organizations, compacts, and conspiracies, as you can see from the name on the tin, that are outlined in the Hunter the Vigil role-playing game core book are given some treatment here as well. Now, for the compacts that aren't quite as powerful as the conspiracies, you don't have any additional widgets, toys, or powers to play with, but what it gives you are ways to use your organization to your advantage as you're fighting the bad guys. So let's say you're playing a member of the Union, that would give you some ideas about how you can use your contacts in the Union, how you can work with the people that you would work with to, say, lay bricks or recopper pipe a house or something like that to help you fight the bad guys in the long run. I really like this as sort of probably one of the final supplements for Hunter the Vigil, because this was never intended to be a long-running line. So this is sort of a nice little, is this the last product? I don't know, but I get the feeling it is. But even if it is, what it does is it gives you a really nice background and story and feel for each one of these to expand your game for the Hunter line. As I said before, this is a DriveThruRPG.com product. If you're interested in taking a look at this, you can download it from the DriveThruRPG site using the coupon code seen below for a limited time after the initial airing of this episode for a discount off of your download price. For Game Geeks, I'm your host, Kurt Wiegel. Good day and good gaming. Or in the case of Hunter, good hunting.
We average 9 new titles a day. That's over 60 a week. And we've got well over 15,000 RPG titles online right now. DriveThruRPG, the one true source for RPGs.